Hello and welcome to a new edition of Bengal Magazine. My name is Jeff Ventura, sitting in for Tom Kohler, who's on vacation this week. We have a full show today. In the first segment, we'll welcome the track and field program head coach Eugene Lewis and senior jumper LaVonne Barfield. And then we'll visit with the red-hot women's lacrosse team. Women's lacrosse coach Meg Stevens and sophomore goalkeeper Ashley O'Brien will join us in studio. And in our final segment, we'll have fitness center manager Nicholas DeMarsh. In a moment, we'll be right back with our track and field coach Eugene Lewis. Now we're back with men's and women's track and field coach Eugene Lewis, along with sophomore jumper from Rochester, New York, senior jumper from Rochester, New York, LaVonne Barfield. You wish you were still a sophomore, I bet. Eugene, you've been on the show a couple times, and the last time you visited, it was shortly after the trip from the University of Maryland. Outdoor season kicked off. You've now competed at two meets, the Malone University meet. Talk about how that meet went, kind of a better feel, brought more of a team, at least on the men's side, I know. At Malone University? Well,
one of the things that we try to do is early in a particular season, we just try to acclimate some of the new athletes to new events. And it's usually tough early in outdoor because of weather situations. You know, University of Maryland was a very good meet for us, but it rained a lot. The Malone University meet in Ohio was a solid meet, but it was extremely windy. So we kind of took more of the approach, instead of trying to have quality performances in regards to qualifying times, we just look to compete very strong as a team.
A couple more weekends before the SUNYAC championship to get a better barometer on the team as an outdoor team. This weekend at Baldwin Wallace back in Ohio. Talk a little bit about that meet, and then you go into the Penn Relays, and if you can, explain to the audience the importance of the Penn Relays and the significance of that meet.
Well, you know, as we lead into Baldwin Wallace, that is a particular meet that we're utilizing to set ourselves up for our conference championship, so it's important to get all our qualifiers, pretty much see what we have in terms of our total team, in terms of overall events that they will participate in. Looking at Penn Relays is a very prestigious meet. It's probably one of the most recognized meets in the world, and to have student athletes who are competitive enough and skilled enough to compete in that meet is an honor. But more importantly, what it's doing is giving us an opportunity to compete on a high level to prepare ourselves for national championships.
Now, one of your elite athletes sitting next to you, senior jumper LaVonne Barfield. LaVonne, looking at your college resume now, a 5-time SUNYAC champion, 4 times in the long jump, 2-time national qualifier, 7 seasons of indoor and outdoor track and field have come and gone. This is your swan song. Kind of look back at your career and how you feel now in your final season of outdoor and your goals for yourself.
I am sad that it's coming to an end, but I feel like I have accomplished most of my goals, and the team that we have now, I feel like is the best team that we've had, and I'm glad that I get to go out with the team that I'm with now.
Well, you talk about the team that you have now, indoor SUNYAC championship, the first in the program's history on the women's side. Rewinding a little bit, when you came in, you were part of that class, really the first class that really started to get the program back on its feet, and you saw the development from 1 or 2 jumpers and 1 or 2 sprinters to a full complement that obviously was enough to win the indoor championship. Talk about the development of the team and what that's meant to culminate your indoor career, at least, with a team championship.
Well, when I came, my coach told me when he recruited me that we were going to win a SUNYAC championship and that the team was going to be better because we were there, and I believed him, and each year he said that he was going to bring more people so that his goal could be accomplished, and he did that. So I'm satisfied, I'm happy. It was hard work getting there, but I'm happy with the outcome.
Now, Coach talks about the Penn Relays and the importance of competing alongside some of the elite athletes in the nation. Talk about the advantage of competing alongside some of the elite athletes in the nation in practice on your own team and what that's meant to your development.
I feel like it was a big part of me getting better. I had people to push me, and if they saw me doing something, because everybody was such elite athletes, they could tell me if I was doing something wrong or like I needed to do something different. So it was good to have other people there, other eyes to see.
We'll get back to this season in a moment, but LaVonne, I just do want to say you're planning on graduating next December. Talk about your plans here in the not too distant future following your graduation from Buffalo State?
Well, my major is advertising and public relations, so hopefully I could be sitting in your seat, or hopefully either going into recruitment because I have a minor in coaching as well. So.
Well, best of luck with that. And Coach, getting back to this season, the outdoor, all of the spring sports, the seasons go so fast, and here we are talking about the conclusion of our second meet, and now we have to look ahead to SUNYAC championships in 2.5 weeks. Handicap the team heading into the outdoor SUNYAC championships, which is quite a bit different from the indoor with the different events. Talk about some of the keys. What will be the keys to our success?
Well, the keys to our success pretty much stays the same. We're extremely good, or we're very good at what we do, and we have to stay true to that. One of the things that we've tried to do is build a team in a fashion that we could excel in the particular events that we're very good in, and we've done that. What we need to do now is stay healthy, continue to learn, continue to train hard, and again, continue to expose our kids to quality competition so they're prepared to compete at the highest level.
You talk about staying healthy, and obviously that's kind of that X factor out there in track and field. If you're not 100%, it's not something you can push through too easily. But that aside, what will be the keys to repeating as outdoor champions on the women's side? Well,
the number one key is we have a couple of young ladies who have expanded their roles in terms of the number of events that they'll participate in. You know, I really look strategically probably a week going into that championship because the other schools are competing, and you have to really have a good feel for their kind of performances that they're doing. But as of right now, everything is set status quo. If we execute the way that we need to, we should be in position once again to challenge for the championship.
And you mentioned the strategy, and a lot of people don't think of the strategy. I know that you like to compete outside of where the SUNYAC are competing so that those schools can't get a leg up on what we have to offer exactly. But same thing on the men's side, without giving away your secrets, what are your expectations for the men?
Well, the men's program, you know, we have numbers. And what I mean by that is this is probably one of the largest teams that I've had in terms of championship level, championship ready athletes. We have some additions of some individuals who didn't compete indoors that will come outdoors and give us a major boost. You know, the well-known name at this time is Willie Horch, who was a national champion in 100 and 200. So we're looking forward to those individuals, you know, contributing to the outdoors. And more importantly, and I do have to add this, is we're doing a great job with our young coaches. You know, Joe Woolley, Mario Hicks, some of the kids who have come through the program are coming back to help out because they can see the progress of the program. And so I think we have better coaching, skilled athletes, and we're really in a good position at this time.
Well, good luck with especially the staying healthy part, but a couple more meets to prepare for SUNYACs, and enjoy the trip to Baldwin Wallace this weekend. We'll be back after a short break and visit with the women's lacrosse program. Now we're going to take a look at the women's lacrosse program, the rise of the women's lacrosse program, in a feature prepared by Jennifer Lally.
Okay? It shouldn't come down to that.
For the past 7 years, Coach Stevens has been transforming the Bengal lacrosse program from a team that was at the bottom of their conference to a team that this year is one of the top contenders in the SUNYAC conference. Coach Stevens feels like she owes this transformation to the great groups of girls she has been coaching over the years.
I've had a wonderful group of girls. For 7 years, I have been really lucky to have a great group of girls who are very on board with what we've decided the philosophy of the program is and where we want to go. A dedicated group of girls and very hardworking. So I think that has just, hard work pays off. And I think right now it's just paying off.
The team is run by a few philosophies, the most crucial being family.
Teams are great, but teams that understand that we're a family definitely compete much better. Ours is work hard, play hard. I expect the best of my players on and off the field. I always have. And what I find is when I expect more, they produce more. And I've, again, got a great group of girls, so we've been lucky.
Coach Stevens has noticed that a small team has translated into strong chemistry.
I want girls that fit in well to the family that we've created. I look for girls that want to be part of a team. I think that we don't really have the rock star mentality. I think a lot of girls are trying to be out there and be it, when that's not really what we push. And I've got a great group of girls who really understands that. Small numbers, very close-knit, and all dedicated to one goal.
Tell me a little bit about the team's chemistry.
There has got to be team chemistry. They're doing some of the extra things. We do some things with them to encourage team building. We took them whitewater rafting this fall. Our spring break trip is great. And then they decided to all go play paintball together a few weekends ago. They want to hang out together. And that makes such a big difference for me on the field.
Can you tell me a little bit about some of the game day traditions your girls have created on their own?
They actually have a bunch of ribbons, and everybody's got their number on a ribbon. And every day before a game, they give their ribbon to some other teammate, and therefore they're playing for the teammate's number that they have. So the whole concept has been that you're never playing for yourself. You're playing for your teammates.
Having a small team creates an obstacle when preparing for game days.
We rostered 19 this year. Unfortunately, we lost one to a season-ending injury, so we're talking about 18 players, one of which is a goalie. Well, when you play with 11 and a goalie on a field, it leaves my assistant coaches very tired. Very honestly, we have a tendency to jump in, or I have a tendency to throw them in. We can never practice full field. I've never been able to play a full field game in a practice since I've been here. But for me, again, that's okay.
There are 5 very important conference games left. How is your team preparing for these games?
The plan of attack is keep our girls very, very focused. I think one of the things they've been really good at is keeping themselves grounded. They understand that we actually have a board, a SUNYAC board with magnets on it, and every SUNYAC team has their own magnet, and we started on the bottom. And when we get done with a game, you move one place up. And so it is concentrate on the game at hand.
Within the SUNYAC conference, the talk is that Cortland will be the Bengals' greatest competition.
The way we're treating it this year is it's any other game. You have to stop putting people kind of where you think they belong, when I think this year more than ever, and especially just in Division III women's lacrosse, you can't just assign people where they're supposed to be and play them as such. I think you have to go out and play every game for what it's worth.
Now, Cortland is your alma mater. Do you have an extra fire on the field when you're playing them?
It always has. I mean, obviously, that's the school you came from. That's the school you do want to beat, and that's what we've technically held our standards to. But for me, it becomes the further I get out of college, I bleed black and orange. It's kind of Bengal through and through.
What are your top goals in finishing out the season?
My biggest thing this year is to win SUNYACs. When you see anything that we've put out this year, when you hear the team talk about what we're going to do, it's been one motto, and it's one team, one family, one goal. So my big thing this year is let's win the whole thing.
The women's lacrosse team is on a 10-game winning streak and have gone 4-0 in their conference, but the season's not over yet. They have 5 more very important conference games, and the team is taking it one game at a time. As one team, one family, with one goal. For Bengal Magazine, I'm Jennifer Lally, and here's to getting to know your Buffalo State Bengals.
Thank you, Jen. We're now joined in studio by women's lacrosse coach Meg Stevens and sophomore goalie Ashley O'Brien. Welcome aboard. Some updates. The team has now broken 11 school records on the season. Opened the season with a 1-goal loss to a top 10 team in the nation, and now has ripped off 11 straight wins. Already a school record for wins in a season, with 4 regular season games remaining. One of those wins also over a Division I program, Niagara University. A nice feat for anytime the supposed little guys can beat the Division I's. Add to that a little bit about just what has gone right this season.
It's a season of dreams. We're sitting 11-1. It's a little unreal. Sometimes I come into the office these days and emails are starting to come in. Alums have been in touch. It's the season of dreams. You can't fight with 11-1. So again, I think we're finding that happy medium of being really excited and allowing the girls to celebrate after big wins, but also keeping ourselves grounded. It's not over yet.
One of those big wins, obviously, yesterday at Geneseo, a real character win for the program. Some of the wins have come somewhat easy this year, I would think, at least from an outsider looking in. Down 10-6 in the second half yesterday and scoring the final 5 goals of a game isn't the easiest way to win a game. And a rare game-winning goal from somebody who scored her second career collegiate goal. Talk about the comeback and what a win like that, more than any other kind of win, would mean to the program right now.
It was pretty unbelievable. I think I could. That's one of the best wins and one of the most memorable that I can have. We didn't play well. We didn't play well through the first 3 quarters of the game, and it was really it was tough. It was definitely a battle, and again, I think that's keeping us grounded. Our quote before the game was "refuse to lose." With just under 15 minutes left, they had used their second timeout. We're down 10-6, and it was very simple. It's, ladies, refuse to lose this game. And I think what they did was put together something pretty unbelievable. Started winning draw controls, started winning ground balls, came up with some huge defensive plays, some huge saves from OB, and then obviously some key goals. And I think what we really proved, and with Renee Glass, scoring the game winner with under 3 minutes, that we are a true team. Yesterday we capitalized on being a family. I rostered 19. Every single player is equally important. And in my program, that's what it's been all about. It's not about 1 or 2 players. It's not about rock stars. It's about everybody being able to put forth equally onto the field. And yesterday was proving of that. And I think that is what made it such a great win.
You mentioned OB, 2-time SUNYAC Goalie of the Week already this year as a sophomore. Talk about what it's like to be a part of this run and how the teams come together around these wins.
It's pretty sweet. It's like there's like so many different personalities on our team, and there's so many different types of like players. You have really fast players who just like gun it down the field, and then people that are really good at finesse, like Karen, and like so many awesome defenders will just like pile through girls, just like destroy people. So it's so nice to have like all of that work together as like one team to like totally like function properly, and then like off the field too, everybody's like all those personalities come together really well too. So it's really nice.
Now, it's hard to tell in the studio here, but people who come to the games and see you in the goal, listed at 5'2" on the roster, and I may be 6'6" then. Talk about what it's like with your game being, clearly undersized for the position, but emerging as one of the top goalies in the conference. Is it a handicap, or is it something that in a way makes you a better player?
I don't know. I don't think it's a handicap. I mean, like when my high school coach was talking about recruiting, he said it was going to be kind of a big deal, but like I found myself in the right spot, and I'm doing exactly what I want to do. And like for high shots, the only thing like that would be too much of an issue, and you just got to be agile and just like jump up there and get it. So I don't know. I think it baits them.
Yeah. Now, another piece is the family piece that Coach Stevens is always preaching. And you've got your lacrosse family. You've also got a twin sister, Jackie, who is at Buffalo State, not a lacrosse player. From what I understand, very different interests. Talk about what it's like having both of your families here on campus with you.
It's nice to have Jackie because she's my best friend, and she's like the coolest person ever. She's like really sweet, and like she's always there to support me if I need like a break. But like it's also nice to have the team because like how it's nice to have like siblings as friends. Well, you have like your entire team is also like a support system, but you can be friends with them too. It's not like with Jackie, I don't like go home with her for like Easter and stuff, and we know what gets each other crazy, but like they're going to support you as friends and as family, and Jackie's going to like be there to support me as this,
It's great to have that support network, definitely. 4 regular season games left: New Paltz, Morrisville, Fredonia, and Cortland. Best of luck in those 4, and we look forward to following continued success in the SUNYAC playoffs and hopefully beyond. Again, best of luck in those remaining 4 home games. Our final segment, we'll be back with Fitness Center Manager Nicholas DeMarsh.
And don't forget the 26th annual Buffalo State Golf Classic, benefiting the student athletes here at Buffalo State. Monday, June 22nd, Orchard Park Country Club, a beautiful layout. If you're interested in playing or maybe just coming to the dinner and auction that night, give me a call directly at 878-6514 or visit our website, buffalostateathletics.com. Click on the golf icon, and there's the brochure. You can download that, fill it out, and send it off to me, and we'll make sure you get into the Bengal Club Golf Classic on Monday, June 22nd.
Welcome back to Bengal Magazine. In our final segment today, we're joined by Nicholas DeMarsh, the best-dressed fitness center manager in the nation. Nick, heading up a facility opened in 2002, 4,500 square foot facility, state-of-the-art, and has remained state-of-the-art. Provide for us just a little bit of an overview of the facility located in Houston, Jim.
Well, opened 2002, full complement of strength machines, full complement of free weights, over 30 cardiovascular machines. We currently have approximately a little bit over 3,000 student members. We've got 150 faculty staff members, 50 alumni members. Since July 1, we've had 60,000 plus visits to the fitness center, so the place gets a lot of mileage. It's a great facility.
Now, a wide array of hours. That sounds to somebody who may be nervous that, oh, I'd never get in there. It's a large facility, and it accommodates that number of people quite well. Really one of the gems of the athletics facilities.
Yeah, it's become a kind of like a meeting place, a really great community place on campus. There's just so much traffic in and out, and obviously it's not that busy all the time, but yeah, it's been great for campus life.
I think one of the greatest parts of this facility is that 6 years isn't a real long time, but as we know in every other field, technology evolves so fast.
Yeah, it does.
You've kept the center really current, really cutting edge with a lot of new equipment. Most recently, a whole new shipment of cardio equipment within the last few months.
Yeah.
Tell the audience a little bit about what kind of cardio equipment in particular is in there.
Well, we got two, I guess it was the cardiovascular machine of the year last year, adaptive motion trainers, and that is a cross between a Stairmaster and a elliptical machine. It actually will adapt to your motion, so you can kind of go in a Stairmaster up and down, or you can turn it into an elliptical without flipping a switch. It will just go wherever you want it to go. Those are brilliant machines, and we'd like to get a few more of those. We also have my personal favorite, which are the Espresso virtual bikes, and that is a stationary bike, obviously upright, but you have a video screen, and you can actually watch yourself ride through a virtual reality. It keeps track of all your mileage, all your races, all your times. So it kind of takes some of the angst and some of the, I guess, the anxiety out of your workout and kind of distracts you and allows you to have a little bit more fun with your workout. And those machines are wildly popular. Everybody's always on those machines. But I think the Cadillac of the gym right now is the 95T treadmills. That is a magnificent machine. Obviously it's an upgrade from the 9500s that we had. It's got a USB port that you can plug your USB in, and it will keep track of all your data, every step you take, your calories, your miles, etc. It's got an iPod hookup, so you can plug your iTunes in there and listen right through the machine. It's got multiple displays. You can actually program the treadmill to take you through any kind of course that you want to in terms of elevation and speed, and then go online and analyze all your data online. It's phenomenal.
It really is incredible on the virtual tour bike, hunting dragons and everything else. We've got about a minute left, and do want to talk about the cooperation with the academic side of the house and involving the students of the health and wellness program. Just explain that opportunity.
When the fitness center was founded, part of the rationale was that it was going to be a learning lab for our health and wellness students that are interested in doing personal training and getting into the field of exercise and exercise science. So our health and wellness students have the opportunity to do an internship, so they can come down and get a hands-on experience, not only just with doing customer service at the desk and maintenance and clerical, but also once they get to that section of their course load, to actually work with clients, design personal training programs, take clients through and assess them. It's a really great opportunity. We piloted the program last year. This year, we've got more interns, and I imagine it's going to get more and more popular as we become more and more successful with it.
It's a great opportunity for both the students using as a learning lab and the students using the facility. Again, free membership for all students. Students can find information at buffalostateathletics.com about how to become members. Faculty and staff, that information is there as well. Nick, I thank you for taking the time to come on and share some information about the facility. Again, one of the great facilities on our campus, and 3,000 students have recognized it, and hopefully more will recognize the opportunity that they're missing right now by not being members.
Absolutely.
That'll do it for this edition of Bengal Magazine. Thank you to all the people down here in IR who help us out every show. Tom Kohler will be back in the driver's seat in 2 weeks. Thank you again.